Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this week's live, to the global energy of the week, according to the esoteric numerology. So this coming week is week 22, plus the 5 of the year. This takes us to 27-9 energy. So 22 is called the Master Builder. The Master Builder wants to transform the darkness of matter into something better. It wants to bring something more clear and something better into the world. One of the requirements for the 22 to work properly is that it needs to feel. It needs to feel the feels. It needs to really take it in and learn not to take things personal. Needs to learn to really experience within in order for it to be able to build that new world. So when the 22 is in fear, it could be a bit controlling. It could try to do things their way. When the 22 is in acceptance and it's flowing, it's a beautiful number that will help us bring change and transformation into the world. So with the 5 of the year, 27, it's called the birth of light. So it is an intense week coming from that last week. I'm not sure how you're feeling, but you may have experienced something sudden happening to your life, something that gave you this moment of truth, a moment of truth that made you reevaluate what you're doing with your life. So this week, having that information, having kind of integrated that information, now you're able to bring some more light into your life in order for you to really kind of cement what you would like to do. And so it brings, it fuses the light with the heart of the matter. It really needs to understand what they love. So you see, anything that maybe you had a situation where things were put in your face, and now you're kind of integrating that information so you can really understand what you love, what you stand for, and then kind of from there make some decisions to move forward. It's a finishing. It's like the finishing process of what started last week. So there could be so much light that you could feel a little bit in fear. It could be you could feel your nervous system kind of a little bit, you may feel a little anxious because maybe the things that you know that you need to do are difficult for you. But if you flow with this energy, it is a fabulous number that will give you the energy. It will give you the passion. It will give you the drive to move forward and do what you need to do. If we see the year as a 23, 20 plus 2 plus 1, 23, 22 plus 23 is 45, 9. And 45, it's a number that helps us understand and experience the human condition. So we may feel a little bit of we could for a moment kind of understand the pain of other people. We might just reach this point of wisdom by really understanding the human condition and then deciding to service humanity. It's a humanitarian number, but it requires for us to really understand what others are going through, so we make some decisions in order to move forward and bring some light into the world. So the week starts on the 31st of May. 31 is the flag bearer. So this is a warrior. It's someone that really needs to know where it's going. And it has that warrior energy because it needs to plot alone. It needs to keep going even though it may feel a little bit of fear. But as it knows where it's going, it will just continue going forward and have the courage to keep going. Okay, so there might be a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of that the nervous system, as I was just saying, caused by that 27 energy. You may feel a little bit of that, a bit of anxiety perhaps, but given the understanding you've gained, you know that you need to move forward with what you are going to produce and going to do next. And 31 plus 5 of the months is 36, 9. 36 is wisdom through experience. So see how that 45 that we were just talking about is that experiencing the human condition, understanding. Now that 36, now you bring this all together because you know it. You really know it in your heart. You really know what you really need to be doing in order to move forward and take the next step. 36 plus 5 of the year gives us 41, 14, 5. 41 in this system is called the horn of plenty. So there's a lot of beautiful stuff, a lot of flashes of intuition coming into your life. So there's again that warrior energy bringing into the structure a new way of doing things. So it is a day where you perhaps get some direction of where you need to move forward. And with the 14, you may need to express your truth. Perhaps it's something that you know you need to do, but you haven't had the drive or the courage to do it. And you may need to express to your dear ones what you're planning to do. 14 is also related to the Kundalini energy. If you're not familiar with this concept, it's this force of life that helps us uplift and open our intuition and our awareness, helps us grow our consciousness and perhaps move to the next step of our evolution, the evolution of our consciousness. So it is a day, very powerful day, that gives us a new way of doing things. It helps us understand with more clarity what we really need to do and how we want to do it. So listen within, listen to your heart. If you feel nervous, know that this is normal, that you would perhaps feel a lot of this energy this week, but just flow, listen, and just move forward with what you know you stand for and what you want to achieve. In the middle of the week, about the 3rd of June, the Sun moves into the Gemini sign, and it makes a trine with Saturn. Saturn is this big planet in our solar system, and it will be in Aquarius. And Aquarius is the sign that is the one that has all these ideas, the one that's very humanitarian. And so on this day, we'll support us so we can focus on those goals we want to achieve. It's a day to perhaps sit down and set some targets, some goals, and focus. So this is the 3rd of the 6 months, the 3 plus 6, again that 36 what we're talking about, that wisdom. So that 9 plus the 5 of the year is the 14. So that 14 energy coming back, supporting this path, giving us that strength. You know, you may feel even that there are, there's a lot of information coming in, that your intuition is opening up. You may feel that there's some ideas coming in and that you may need to express them. Put them, perhaps write them down, express them to someone you love, so you can really set these goals and focus on moving forward. The week finishes on the 6th of June. So then we move to the next month. So the 6th of the 6th, this is a 66 energy. And 66 is the extreme generosity. So we can be so passionate to help others that sometimes we forget about ourselves. And so it is important on this day that even though we have this passion to move forward, to do things in a new way, do you remember to take care of ourselves first, to set our boundaries clearly to others so no one can step on them. And so 12 is also able to see things from a different perspective. So on this day you may start to see things differently in your life. You may feel that, okay, there's a new way of doing things, and this will give you a more panoramic awareness of what's coming next. So 12 plus 5 the year is the 17, 8. And 17 is, as we've mentioned in previous weeks, is the Holy Grail. And the Holy Grail wants to find its truth, wants to bring more clarity, and needs to learn to be used by the light. And so there's a little intensity. That 7 at the end of the 17 is a lot of fusion. So there's possibly a moment where you feel, oh my God, this is too much. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this. I feel a little lost. But remember to just accept what's going on in your life. Accept all that light. Ground yourself. Find a way to perhaps going into nature, do some silence. Let that energy flow through you. Do not fight it, and then you'll see that you'll be guided and given the strength to move forward. Because it might be that you ending things in your life. It might be that you changing direction. It might be that you are moving away from situations that you don't like, that are not serving you, that are causing some pain, and you know it's time for you to move away from those things. And this requires a lot of courage. It requires to be quite strong, really. When we leave things behind, first of all, we need to be sure that we're going to do that, because when things get a little difficult, we may just start going into guilt mode, regret mode, and so on. So if we're going to leave something behind, we need to be sure that we're doing this. And so it also requires that courage to step one step at a time and move forward with what we know is best for us in our lives. So continuation of last week still might feel a little a bit intense for you, but be sure you be guided. You're deeply loved. Everything is for the evolution of your consciousness and to help you move closer to who you truly are. So strength, courage, and keep going. I hope this is helpful. Let me know, give me some comments. If you don't want to write the comments below, you can send me private messages. Some people do that because they are a little shy to ask in a public forum. Please do so. I'm really happy to answer everything. And see you next week.